trauma that has taken place and knowing that it's going to take a long time to rebuild. Probably get a little worse before it gets a little better.
With age comes great wisdom, and well, great confessions too. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is all for coming clean and clearing his conscience. Very recently, his fans started walking out on him for lying to them about the fund for the Maui fire victims. And even if they saw it coming from the queen of media, Oprah Winfrey, they seem to be extra annoyed with The Rock being involved in it too.
The greatest sense of empowerment is being able to have some control when everything seems so out of control, and we're calling it the People's Fund of Maui.
Here's everything you need to know. Dwayne Douglas Johnson, better known by his ring name, The Rock, is a well-known American actor and a former professional wrestler.
Spinebuster! Are we gonna see it? Here it comes!
Throughout his career, he has amassed an enormous amount of admiration from his devoted following as a result of his magnetic presence and his many noteworthy performances in films. Still, in the light of recent developments, many of his followers now have serious doubts about his motivations. Allegations have been made that The Rock is responsible for orchestrating a shady scheme that involves the media mogul Oprah Winfrey, which takes advantage of the horrific fires that occurred on Maui.
How did that hit you?
I was shocked. I heard via text. I mean, I looked down at my phone. There was probably 50 text messages. What? And I pulled the car over. I was with my girl at that time, and I just broke down.
If you still don't have an idea of the tragedy that has recently taken the lives of Maui residents by storm, a trail of devastation has been left behind by the flames on Maui, which have claimed the lives of at least 115 people in only 1 month and affected hundreds more. As of recently, an investigation has been launched to determine the underlying factors that led to this disaster. Notably, a lawsuit has been submitted in which it is asserted that the tragic flames were caused by the purposeful and malicious misuse of electrical lines, as well as because of Hollywood A-listers who have been pushing the residents to move out of their homes for a while now. As a response to this emergency, Oprah Winfrey and The Rock allegedly joined forces to provide financial help to individuals who have been impacted by the fires that have occurred in Maui. However, this admirable effort caused eyebrows to be raised among some observers because they saw a whiff of improper behavior. After all, it's Hollywood elites we are talking about. The two individuals took to Instagram to share a video in which they announced the establishment of the People's Fund of Maui and committed to offering direct monetary assistance to those who are in need. They underlined their motivation to fill a hole left by what they saw to be a lack of immediate support for the victims of the fire.
If this is the answer, you said, I think that's the answer.
I said I love it.
Yet, as this inspiring campaign progressed, some people started to wonder whether or not it was genuine. The handling of funds and the existence of any hidden agendas are the primary sources of concern. Both Oprah and Dwayne kicked out their fundraising efforts with a rumored donation of $10 million to help the communities of Lahaina and Kula, which were two regions that were severely hit by the flames. The Rock then emphasized that the recipients of the funds will have entire liberty over how they were spent, advocating the principle that people should make their own judgments over the requirements of their lives. Oprah Winfrey also pleaded with passion for individuals to make financial contributions to the cause, stressing the critical nature of what is currently happening. She emphasized the People's Fund of Maui as a reliable channel for contributors who wish to assist the victims directly. Although it is admirable that these two well-known figures have shown such kindness, the mystery is in the murkiness of the situation. After all, this is Hollywood, where there's always something more going on behind the scenes. Amid the entire "why would she jump in to help all of a sudden," people quickly realized that Oprah Winfrey is the owner of a large 1,000-acre property in Maui, but has made sure to keep this information hidden from the general public. That's right, she is said to have made a significant pledge to help the relief efforts for the disastrous fires that occurred on the island, but it appears that this commitment has not yet been fulfilled. Meanwhile, while the entire Maui was set ablaze in the horrendous fire, it was only Oprah's property that remained untouched and unharmed by the incident. You see what's happening there? Of course, this information has caused a storm of criticism from her online followers, many of whom are questioning the appropriateness of her response, particularly because she owns land on the island and that only her property, among a few others of Hollywood A-listers, seem to be protected from the fire. However, it is very necessary to begin by discussing the scrutiny that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been subjected to, which has accidentally entangled him in a difficult circumstance. Both he and Oprah have found themselves embroiled in charges of dubious activities connected to the unsolved case of the fire on Maui. Given their enormous fortune and the fact that they are billionaires and millionaires respectively, many devoted fans were taken aback when Oprah and The Rock issued a united call to action. The criticism centers on the idea that a celebrity like The Rock is urging average people, many of whom are dealing with financial difficulties, to open their wallets and contribute to a problem that he could easily address if he chose to do so.
Don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
A portion of his supporter base has become disillusioned and dismayed as a result of the discrepancy between his enormous personal fortune and the appeal for donations from the general population. Many people in the community believe that the problem at hand is the widespread belief that Dwayne Johnson is pressuring regular people to spend a significant amount of money on a solution to a problem that he is very much capable of resolving. Many people have also taken to their social media accounts, dissing him openly. Among the many enraged fans, one commented, "Man, it's sure nice of Dwayne Johnson to use the Maui fires as a platform to launch new products for his own gain. What a guy." Meanwhile, another user, which wasn't necessarily pointed towards Dwayne but towards his dear colleague, didn't hold back and expressed, "Oprah Winfrey now claims she was terrorized and vilified online after the Maui fires. People died and lost friends and family, along with everything they own, and she is still whining about herself. She can go to hell. And you know what? Sure, Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson donated an astounding $10 million to a charity to help the people of Maui. And although this is a significant amount of money, what if they could have done it all differently? Anyway, in response to the hate that he has been receiving lately, Dwayne Johnson recently went on the Pat McAfee show to talk about the public's feelings on the issue.
Well, what you do is you try to take it with a grain of salt in context. Sometimes people get pissed, sometimes people feel this way, they feel that way. But at the end of the day, it's a platform.
Dwayne mentioned the video in which he and Oprah Winfrey revealed their $10 million donation during an interview on the Pat McAfee show. He acknowledged the public's disappointment with their request for additional donations and said he could understand why.
At the end of the day, I totally get it. It's my accountability, and I'll be better next time. So 2 things on that.
He assured the public that the large sums of money donated by him and other contributors would be funneled directly to the victims of the Maui wildfires in the coming week, despite the internet backlash that erupted as a result of their fundraising efforts. According to The Rock, the People's Fund for Maui is a fund we started. The idea was to create a fund for the people for these people who had been... It was the worst fire in U.S. history in over a century. So many lives were destroyed. The idea was, let's put this fund together. Let's create a fund where the money will go directly into their hands. Right now, it's the thing that people need. He then continued to address the hate he's been getting online, saying, "I donated millions of dollars of my own money up front, and then the criticism came in. I have to tell you about the criticism. I totally get it, and I completely understand. Money is not growing on trees, and a lot of people out there are living paycheck to paycheck. I get it. I've been there. I've had $7. I get why it made some people upset. I could have communicated that message a lot better. What I should have said was, all right, guys, we have this People's Fund of Maui. We're all heartbroken and devastated. Millions of dollars I'm donating are going to go directly into the people's hands. I appreciate all the love, support, and prayers. Keep it coming." Sure, we know that Johnson has a long history of giving back to the community. His contribution of $5 million is, without a doubt, considerable. Yet, his approach to fundraising could have taken a better turn if it wasn't for him and that video and Oprah Winfrey. Just saying. So now that Dwayne Johnson has somewhat decided to come clean, does this mean he's next on the getting canceled list of Hollywood? Let us know in the comments below. To catch us soon, simply hit the bell icon.